Have you ever dreamed of ruling your very own fantasy kingdom? Imagine towering castles surrounded by forests, rivers, and magical lands. Every detail reflects your imagination, creativity, and personal vision. What if you could design this world from scratch today? Think of knights, wizards, dragons, and towns thriving under your rule. Picture markets bustling with villagers and banners waving in the wind. Mountains rise majestically, hiding secrets only you could discover. The skies glow with sunsets over enchanted rivers and lakes. Your kingdom is alive, vibrant, and filled with endless possibilities. You can shape its history, its politics, and its magic. Every street, tower, and tree becomes a reflection of your creativity. How will your citizens live, celebrate, and tell their stories? Will your kingdom prosper peacefully or rise through epic battles? These choices are yours, and they will define your creation. Imagine walking through your world, hearing voices and laughter everywhere. You can feel the heartbeat of every city and forest. Rivers shimmer like silver, mountains guard hidden treasures, and forests whisper secrets. Even the smallest village tells a story of resilience and magic. Every detail contributes to a living, breathing, unforgettable kingdom. But how do you start building something so vast and magical? It might feel overwhelming, yet it begins with a single idea. First, imagine the land, the climate, and natural resources. Is it a snowy northern realm or a sunny tropical paradise? The environment will shape your people, culture, and architecture. Next, consider the history that led your kingdom to exist. Who were the founders, heroes, and legends of your land? Ancient battles, alliances, or magical discoveries give depth to your story. History makes your kingdom feel real, lived in, and meaningful. Then, imagine your rulers, their personalities, flaws, and visions. Will they be benevolent kings or cunning queens with secrets? Every decision they make influences how citizens and neighboring realms react. Politics and diplomacy can create tension, intrigue, and compelling stories. What about the people, towns, and cities in your kingdom? Merchants, artisans, farmers, and soldiers all contribute to daily life. Villages grow organically, influenced by geography and trade routes. Roads connect distant cities, markets bustle, and festivals bring joy. Culture, tradition, and religion shape every corner of your realm. Festivals, holidays, and rituals give life to your citizens' daily existence. And don't forget myths, legends, and magical creatures roaming secretly. Dragons, elves, and spirits add mystery and wonder to your creation. Magic can influence governance, trade, or even daily chores cleverly. Every magical law creates opportunities for adventure and conflict. Your kingdom must also face threat, both natural and political. Rival nations, dangerous beasts, or magical calamities test its resilience. These challenges bring depth and tension to your fantasy story. Heroes and villains emerge through trials, shaping history and lore. Every conflict leaves traces on architecture, traditions, and legends. Now, imagine designing cities with unique architecture and purpose. Castles, towers, and bridges reflect the kingdom's culture and ingenuity. Streets wind through marketplaces, gardens, and hidden magical corners. Public spaces tell stories, revealing values and priorities of rulers. Art, music, and literature thrive, enriching life in your world. Libraries store ancient knowledge, temples honor deities, theaters showcase talent. Every citizen's role supports society, creating interconnected, believable dynamics. Transportation, roads, and waterways guide trade and communication effectively. Farms, mines, and forests provide necessary resources for survival. Think carefully about logistics. supply, economy, and citizen happiness. Each element shapes the experience of living in your kingdom. Consider how seasons, weather, and climate influence life and culture. Harsh winters or monsoon rains create challenges and inspire stories. Geography and climate can dictate architecture, food, and clothing choices. Natural landmarks give identity, serving as gathering points or sacred sites. Mountains, rivers, forests, and lakes define the personality of your land. Once the world is imagined, map it out carefully. Maps help visualize distances, trade, conflicts, and exploration routes clearly. Every kingdom needs borders, neighboring realms, and potential alliances strategically. Interaction with outsiders introduces diplomacy, trade, and occasional warfare naturally. Think about how culture, magic, and history influence those interactions. Then, consider the economy, resources, and livelihoods of your citizens. Every kingdom thrives when trade, taxation, and labor are balanced thoughtfully. Markets flourish when goods, crafts, and magical items circulate creatively. Finally, imagine traditions. They'll want a capital that actually tells a story. I place the castle where rivers meet. I let towers rise to show our history. I carve streets to curve, not grid. I tuck the library and temple by the square. I drop a market below, alive with trade. I use bridges and gates to shape movement. I scatter smaller towns, each with purpose. I give villages roles, farms, crafts, magic. I sprinkle festivals and legends through seasons. Save this and follow me for more kingdom-building prompts. Now, here's something many creators don't realize about building a fantasy kingdom. The true magic isn't only in castles or magical creatures. It exists in the stories, choices, and culture you breathe into it. Your kingdom comes alive when citizens, history, and legends feel authentic. A single poorly thought out element can disrupt immersion and believability quickly. That's why planning every detail matters, even seemingly small ones. Geography, climate, and natural resources dictate how life evolves naturally. A river can create trade opportunities, disputes, or cultural significance cleverly. Mountains can act as barriers, landmarks, or legendary quest locations magically. Even forests hold secrets, wildlife, and hidden magical elements intentionally. Every detail shapes citizens' daily lives, ambitions, and interactions realistically. Villagers, merchants, and adventurers all contribute to your kingdom's evolving story. Magic should feel integrated, not just decorative or superficial. Citizens adapt their routines based on magical influences thoughtfully and logically. Festivals, rituals, and traditions reflect history, religion, and societal values creatively. Conflict isn't always external. Internal politics can drive deeper narrative tension. Rival factions, power struggles, and alliances make the kingdom dynamic. Even loyal citizens may have secret agendas or hidden motivations cleverly. Environmental challenges like storms, floods, or magical catastrophes test resilience naturally. How citizens react to challenges adds depth, personality, and realism to storytelling. Heroes emerge, legends grow, and ordinary citizens shape unforgettable tales. Your kingdom isn't static. It evolves over time with every choice. Every decision, from trade laws to magical regulations, has consequences. These consequences influence history, culture, and future adventures profoundly. Magic can create prosperity or conflict depending on how it's applied wisely. Trade routes, alliances, and neighboring kingdoms affect politics dynamically. Economic prosperity attracts attention, envy, and opportunistic rivals naturally. Geography affects everything. from food supply to defense strategies creatively. Citizens' needs, desires, and relationships influence social and political structures deeply. Heroes' stories inspire, villains' deeds caution, and myths shape culture permanently. Even the smallest town can become a pivotal story location strategically. The kingdom's history gives context, meaning, and depth to every narrative. Without history, even the grandest castles feel hollow or empty immediately. Every legend, festival, and ritual connects citizens to their collective identity. Magic, architecture, and politics should reinforce cultural consistency cleverly. Unexpected events, natural disasters, or magical anomalies create excitement naturally. Citizens' reactions to crises reveal character, values, and societal structure clearly. Small decisions ripple across your kingdom, influencing politics, economy, and life. Heroes, villains, and ordinary citizens all play interconnected, meaningful roles actively. Even abandoned ruins or forgotten towns carry story potential effortlessly. Your kingdom thrives not just visually, but emotionally and narratively, profoundly. Realism in culture, economy, and geography strengthens immersion immensely. Fantasy elements enhance, not replace, believable social and environmental structures. Stories give your kingdom identity, emotion, and purpose beyond aesthetics. Citizens' dreams, conflicts, and relationships keep the world alive constantly. Magic should challenge, empower, and enrich rather than simplify your kingdom. Resources, trade, and geography create opportunities for dynamic political tension naturally. Seasonal changes, weather, and magical phenomena influence economy and lifestyle thoughtfully. Even mundane details like clothing, food, and housing reveal cultural depth. Festivals, tournaments, and rituals create shared experiences and cultural cohesion carefully. Architectural styles reflect history, culture, and magical advancements intentionally. Roads, waterways, and infrastructure shape trade, communication, and exploration smoothly. Environmental storytelling makes citizens' lives and kingdom history feel authentic immediately. Conflict, triumph, and growth are inevitable in a fully realized kingdom naturally. Your citizens' choices, ambitions, and mistakes define the evolution of your realm. Stories of heroism, betrayal, and adventure make history unforgettable for generations. Magic, politics, and economy interact to create a dynamic, believable world effortlessly. Balance realism and fantasy to keep players or readers fully immersed consistently. Every small decision builds complexity, personality, and narrative richness subtly. Your kingdom isn't finished when built. It evolves with storytelling continuously. This is the secret many creators miss when designing Fanta.